I love 100 days videos, when they are not McDonald's. What I mean is, out there is a lot of videos which seem like an assembly line of stuff that happened during the days to build the standard burger. And I don't know about you, but I want more from these videos. I want to be a part of the story. I want to feel like an adventurer who is keeping a daily diary. I don't want just the fact. I want the feeling. Will I be able to convey the feeling in this video? You will tell me. Welcome, I am Frappolo94, and today I am gonna combine the 100 days system of videos with Digimon World 1, one of my favorite games from my childhood. So, make yourself comfy, take some chips, let me know if you want more of this, and enjoy the 100 days in Digimon World! Long story short, for who doesn't know anything, Digimons are digital monsters who took initially inspiration from Tamagotchi, but clearly developed following the ideas of monster collectors such as Shin Megami Tensei or Pokemon. And when I was a kid, Digimon World was the first game where I entered in contact with them. In here, you have to take care of your Digimon like a Tamagotchi, increase the stats, and explore the world while fighting opponents. But it is too soon to go into details. Let me just say my goals for these 100 days are: beat the game, which means beating the final boss and getting the credits, explain the fundamentals of the game for those who don't know anything about Digimons or Digimon World, and then complete the city, which you will soon understand what does it mean. But for now, let's start. The story is initially set in Japan, a Japan where Digimon is a franchise. Children play with Digimon, let them fight, including our main protagonist, Mamio. Gigimon then shows in front of us, asking the generic usual questions: how are you called? How is your Digimon called? Do you prefer day or night? Yeah, these questions decide which Digimon you get at the start. Fun fact, did you know if you say no to "do you have a Digivice," he will ask if you have any friends? That's a good one, game. That's a very good one. Of course, my main character is gonna be called Frappolo. Or that's what I would say if there was enough space to call it Frappolo, so it's gonna be Fra, and our Digimon is gonna be Pollo. And with the last cutscene you will see for a while, we are gonna be teleported into the digital world. And our 100 days can officially start. But relax for a second. Listen to this majestic soundtrack. Okay, I may be very biased because I was born with these games basically, but god damn it, it's so good! Welcome to File Island. In here supposedly there was a big fantastic city, but suddenly Digimons left it. And not only that, they went crazy for supposedly no reason whatsoever. The reason we were called in here is for our strong bond with our Digimon. Of course, what we have to do is clear. Train our partner, go around the world, regain the trust of the Digimons, and rebuild the city. And now, behold gameplay! The first thing we're gonna do is re-enter in Digimon House, because this little Tokomon is gonna give us some starting supplies, let's say. And also we're gonna collect some meat from the meat farm? Yeah, listen, this is a digital world. Of course there is meat from farms. Why wouldn't it be? If it wasn't clear, these first days will be mainly focused on explaining what you can do in this game. And a discussion of this kind cannot be made without showing you the main attraction. Welcome to the gym. This is where your life source will be drained from your body as you play the game. Here, you will spend a lot of time. As you may expect, you have to become stronger to face opponents. And here, you have different facilities to train your Digimon: attack, defense, speed, etc. Each facility trains one main stat and one side stat for a little extra boost. Oh, and did you see those bubbles on our partner? Not only you have to train your partner, you also have to satisfy their needs. Food, give them food. Poop, let them... Can I say that there was a particular charm in the games of the early 2000s which almost never gets replicated today? Oh, and this is the city! Yeah, a ball with a spike. I know it's completely empty for now, but remember it, because this is also simultaneously the best place of the game. But enough talking, let's go to the forest to fight our first boss of the game. Evil Agumon! And again, it's time to stop real quick. Open your ears. say everything you want about the fact that I'm biased, but I can guarantee you, if you trust me, almost all the soundtracks of this game are bangers, and I will prove it as we go, and I am very curious to hear your opinion too. But now, let's talk about how do battles work. In battles, our Digimons attack automatically, and we give them orders in the top left corner. As you can see, for now we can only select automatic and escape. Then we can monitor our stats and the finisher move, and we can use items from our bag. It may seem to you repetitive and limited, especially because for now we didn't really unlock any of the control options up here. But there is a weird feeling of satisfaction in watching your own Digimon beating the crap out of the opponent. While I was talking, we defeated Agumon and he agrees to go back into the city where he opens an item storage. And this is what I meant when I said complete the city. All these Digimons who can join us have to enter the city for our goal to be completed. And with that battle done, the rest of the world is open to us. Did you notice? We did not get any indications about where to go, what to do, who to talk to. They just said, recruit Digimons, that's it. This made me burst as a child. I know we are still on the day 1, no worries, very soon we're gonna speed up, but anyways. This made me burst as a child. I was already feeling the power of free will, being able to shape my own experience to make it memorable and original, always different from the one of anyone else. And you know what I want to do? I want to scold my Digimon. And then praise them. And then scold. And keep doing that. Let me cook. Also, one quick thing, my memory of this game is terrible, so I will be consulting some guides, but not for strategies, just to know the information. Buddy, it's a children game! Why do you consult strategies? Come on, you can beat it by yourself! Just give me a couple more minutes until we reach Digivolution and oh, you will understand. During this little chat, we reached the Coela point. Here, in the afternoon, there is a Digimon swimming in the water, Coelamon. Basically, she allows us to travel to the other side of the water pool, doing some parkour. And so we reach Tropical Island. What do we have to do in here for now? Literally nothing whatsoever. Let's go back on the left. We did this because coming in here, the bridge gets automatically fixed from God knows who, and we can reconnect once again to Coela Point. We are back here because the second time you visit Coelamon, she is gonna join into the city. The Digimon will start a shop in the town, and I think you can already realize why I said this is gonna be the best zone of the game from this specific point. By the way, near Coela Point there is a zone called Kunemon's Bed, and there is a warm Digimon in here which is sleeping. I wonder who this Digimon is. Kunemon will start a battle with you after you give them food, because... yeah, when you go to the restaurant, don't you punch the waiter when the food arrives? This is still a pretty easy boss fight, honestly. All things considered, we are pretty ready and we should be able to win. What? It's the first time in my life that I lose against Kunemon. Whatever, when you lose a battle, you lose 1 heart, and then you lose some money and some items. But it's not a big deal, because if we keep scolding our little Digimon, you're gonna see a little surprise. This is the main mechanic of Digimon, Digivolution. ascending from a Digivolution stage to another, going from fresh, in training, rookie, champion, ultimate, and mega... no, in this game there are no megas. Or kinda, you will see. In our case, say hello to the champion level Digimon, Nanimon. Normally, Digimons digivolve when you fulfill certain stats requirements or you win a certain amount of battles or other stuff, and we will discuss more in depth in a second. But for Nanimon, you just have to keep scolding, and he sucks. And then you may say, why did you want it? This is just to give you an idea of this playthrough. We will of course try to do some min-maxing in some directions, but also to have fun. And with the fundaments of this video setup, Day 1 finally finishes. Okay, let me see real quick the recording of the audio. 10 minutes! 10 minutes! And we're at Day 1 end! I think I already failed. I think I already failed. I really hope this is not tedious to watch and you're actually enjoying it, let me know. But without further ado, let's go to Day 2. Now that we have a champion level Digimon, I think we can go around the world and explain... did I lose again? Oh, that's my last heart. What happens when I lose all the hearts? Yeah, Nanimon sucks. Maybe we should focus on training a little. Start training while being careful to not miss any single bubble of care. We do not want to commit what's called care mistake, because care mistakes influence the way in which your Digimon loves you and Digivolutions. So, why does Nanimon suck? Because he's a filth Digimon, and the filth Digimon starting move, horizontal kick, is the worst move in the game. Slow, very short range, very low damage, literally nothing is good about it. If you win even a single battle with horizontal kick, you're a genius. That's why I start selling the items I had for an emergency, because it's an emergency, and we buy HP and MP restoring items. We need a lot of those if we want to win a single battle using the almighty horizontal kick, baby. But relax for a second. Listen to the music. I remember opening the game multiple times when I was a child, just to listen to this particular music. You know, there was not a lot of that fancy go on YouTube or Spotify and listen to whatever you want. It was much less common, and... hearing this again is for sure emotional. Yeah, my nostalgia is kicking in, but it's the whole reason I made the video, so let's continue! It is time to fight Goblimon, or how it's called in this game, Gobuvimon, which I think it's the Japanese pronunciation of the name. We're able to get 2 victories using items, and also started with collecting some money. It is time to sleep and see each other on Day 3. After some more training and some more exploration to collect Digimushrooms, which can randomly spawn in the maps, we are ready to take on once again Tropical Island. And the reason we are here at night is because of Sukamon. Why do we need to fight Sukamon? I am gonna tell you. To learn new techniques. In this game, if an opponent uses a technique against you, you have a chance to learn it once the fight is over, if your Digimon can use it. And look, there is something written! Maybe we learned a new technique! Nanimon was injured. Okay, listen, we have had a few problems, but I think in the end... That's it! Dynamite kick! That's the move I wanted! We may almost have finished all our items, but we can go back into the city victorious. The reason I took Dynamite kick is very simple. It offers a pretty good damage for the early game, it's kinda fast, and it's gonna turn our Nanimon in a machine of destruction, right? Oh well, remember guys, it doesn't matter how many gold ingots you put on a piece of poop, it will always be a piece of poop. Do you feel it? It was all our fault if he died. We are the ones who made mistakes. He trusted us. He followed our orders. He followed us across the world. And how we paid him? When I was a child, I remember this scene always traumatized me. The music, your partner dying. This is not Pokemon, here Digimons die. Very easily. But at least, they leave behind something, as they do. And so, the cycle begins again. Hello, Betamon. Another partner and another chance to raise them better than the previous time. Say hello to day 4. I can promise you I will not make the same mistakes. At least some mistakes. Oh, also, Betamon became a Coelamon. It requires like literally 3 hours, which is 3 training sessions, and that's it for day 4. Yup, it's already day 5, because we spent the whole day 4 just training. This is the thing that may bore some new players coming in. Sometimes you will just have to spend some time in this screen grinding. And for how paradoxical that is, this is the sole reason I played as a kid. Seeing the stats slowly going up and our Digimon potentially digivolving in something cooler. I mean, I am a Final Fantasy lover. We all love numbers going up. So yeah, there is gonna be days where nothing happens and days where we remain there for hours. In fact, it's been already 10 minutes and we are only at day 5. And guess what? Training, and we go to day 6. To break the monotony, it's time to explore a little bit of the world. And during this day I did not take the meat from the farm. Why? Because we're gonna get a little upgrade very soon. In fact, if you travel all the way down in the native forest, you're gonna reach a zone full of beautiful pink flowers, but one of these is peculiar, and it's time for the boss fight against Palmon. Palmon, similarly to Kunemon, is supposed to be one of the first bosses you fight. And I have to say, despite being easy and probably beatable by the starting Agumon, she has some pretty good moves. There is a water attack which deals decent damage, and there is a poison attack which hits the whole screen, potentially leaving you poisoned. And if you get poisoned, you're gonna be losing HP every once in a while. What I'm saying is, despite it being easy, never lower your guard. By winning, we get a brain chip. Chips are the standard reward of the majority of the bosses, and what they do is increasing the relative stat. Brain chip increases brain, HP chip increases HP, and so on. But more importantly, we get Palmon in the city. As far as stuff to do in here, for now there is really not much else. You can explore around, and there is a tree with a door, and oh boy, this is gonna be important very later. But here I have a brainwave. Brain chip is useful, of course. Increasing stats is very useful in this game, but it also sells for a lot of money, and at the start of the game in particular, I think you should prioritize more money rather than stats. That's why we're gonna use it into the Coelamon shop to get more valuable resources for this point of the game. And in the end, it's time to go into the meat farm, which has been upgraded. Palmon converts meat into giant meat. We're gonna get 3 giant meat every day from now. Basically, the difference is the bigger the meat is, the more quickly it satiates your Digimon. Oh, there is a door there, beyond the waterfall. Foreshadowing. I decided to take the rest of the day to do some battles and to fulfill more the Digivolution requirements. Wait, what did I just say? Digivolution requirements? I think it's the case to use day 6 to go more in depth about how does Digivolution work. Apart from the special Digivolutions like the one of Nanimon, there are a lot of different requirements for each Digimon you want to Digivolve into. Stats, care mistakes, weight, and bonus. Of these 4 requirements, you can either complete the stats, care mistakes, and weight, or you can complete 2 of those plus a bonus requirement. Bonus requirements depend from the specific Digimon. Win 10 battles, have 30 different techniques, have 100 happiness on your Digimon, be Biyomon. Overall, you need to complete 3 out of 4. And also, if you fulfill 2 different Digivolutions at the same time, there is a priority system which considers how bigger the stats are for one Digimon compared to the other Digimon. An example, if you have 0 care mistakes and your Digimon is between 25 and 35 weight, you fulfill 2 conditions for both Greymon and Centarumon. Then, Greymon requires 100 stats in offense, defense, speed and intelligence. Centarumon requires only 100 in intelligence. What happens now is, if intelligence is the highest stat of your Digimon, you will always turn into Centarumon instead of Greymon, because the game is prioritizing the one stat in which you are the most developed into. I know it may seem kinda confusing, and honestly even just speaking about it it's even more confusing, but the real question is, now, how are you supposed to realize these requirements in the game? Oh well, I'm glad you asked, because there is no way whatsoever! Not a single NPC says anything remotely similar to the parameters required, the care mistakes, anything. They don't even tell you what is a care mistake. And if you think you can just go into trial and error to understand these parameters, that's even worse! Do you realize having 3 different conditions fulfilled at once, without not even knowing you have to fulfill 3 conditions at once, or what these conditions are, or what the values should be, is impossible? Even forums to these days have misconceptions and misunderstandings on a lot of things regarding Digivolution. That's why I gotta say, the Digivolution is maybe the best aspect of this game that I felt when I was a child. Yeah, that's right. Thinking about it today, of course I start ranting because I despise this. But as a child, it was almost like a surprise. Like, man, I wonder what will my Agumon turn into this time. Maybe it's gonna be Greymon, or Tyrannomon, or that stupid piece of crap! We are gonna talk about this idiot later, okay? And so we kept training until Agumon was tired. You know, I think it's finally time for a little revenge, don't you agree? On that stupid Kunemon. Feed the bastard and prepare for the final battle. And here, oh, do you see a new command? That's because, when fighting, we reach the 100 brain, which increases the battle control we have on our Digimon. Now we can tell them to focus on attacking the opponent, which is gonna speed up the time between an attack and another attack. And this time, it went incredibly better than last time. Without considering that last time we definitely were very unlucky, I can already feel a great improvement. Also thanks to our inventory management. With the brain chip we sold, now we have more items to protect our Digimon in case he goes to critical conditions. What I'm trying to say is, there is no chance that Kunemon takes another win. This is for Nanimon, idiot. That's it. We annihilated Kunemon. Which means he will gladly join the city. He will open a little shortcut between the Tropical Jungle Bridge and the city itself. And talking about the Tropical Jungle, there is one more Digimon we can collect before Day 6 finishes. There is in fact a Betamon in the middle of nowhere, which doesn't remember anything, but for some reason our vision made him remember about the city. But anyways, welcome to Day 7! Betamon expands the Coelamon shop. Finally, we can buy Autopilot, which teleports you always all the way back here. That's right, no more endless walking, and trust me, considering in this game time is very valuable because every single second that passes your Digimon becomes older, this item is a god bless. It is time to finally take on the Tunnel Drill. Apparently the heat in the air is increasing more and more with time, and this causes a Dreamogemon to go crazy. So crazy that he decides to fight us? What? Does heat work that way? Alright buddy, he's the first champion level Digimon we fight in this run. Facing him with a simple Agumon is very risky without items. But overall, if you are fast enough and you're able to finish the fight before he uses his final move, you may need at most 1 or 2 recovery items. Needless to say, our preparation we did with the Coelamon and Betamon shop is perfect. we got him. And now be prepared, because there is the best reward you will ever get in any video game. So, for defeating this Dreamogomon, you don't get items, you don't get stats, you don't get something special, an item or something. No. You get a job. Dreamogomon digs a tunnel. You have to carry the trash outside. Do you wanna know how does this translate gameplay-wise? No, this is not a troll. This is what is actually happening right now. You have to manually go all the way from the tunnel, outside, deposit the dirt, go back, take more, deposit the dirt, go back, take more, over and over again. This is the thing I disliked the most as a kid. Working gives you a very small stat boost and some money, but it is so boring. And to add insult to injury, for a good part of my playtime as a child, I did not have a memory card. Oh yeah, hello new generations. In the past, to save data on consoles, you needed external support. I was not able to save the game, so I had to replay the same sections over and over again. You have no idea how many times I saw that stupid pile of trash. But well, at least it's cool that Goburimons have an extra dialogue if you talk to them while working, I guess. Thank you so much! Dude, why are you not transporting dirt too? And that's how we say hello to day 8. Nothing too special happened here. We kept training, kept battling, and finished transporting dirt because, to add another insult to injury, when your Digimon is tired, the Dreamogomon prevents you from carrying dirt. So you need more days to finish this stupid mini-game. No. Mini-game is the wrong word. This is a stupid waste of time. But despite all the bad stuff that happens to us, sometimes there is some light in the dark moments. Say hello to the world, Meramon, who is exactly who I wanted to get, mostly because he can use Dynamite Kick, the move we got as a legacy gift from Nanimon. And unlike Nanimon, he does not completely suck. And while we go to day 9, let me show you the power of my new Digimon. Sorry, I meant, let me show you the power of my new Oh, come on. See? That's a lot of damage. It was worth the wait. Now we have enough city prosperity to do another thing. If you talk to Uramon, he will tell you how there is an invisible bridge which connects to the Great Canyon. The problem is, as a new player, you genuinely may not know where to search it. It's invisible. You would apparently have to look for every single ledge you come across, hoping to find it randomly. If only there was another very little hint towards the possible position. Okay, call me stupid, but I think I know where the bridge is. The only real question I still have it, why there is an invisible bridge? Is this some kind of digital reference to something I don't know about? But anyways, welcome to your worst the Great Canyon! Almost all the enemies here are more strong than our Meramon. But it doesn't matter, we are here for two specific reasons. First of all, enter into this shop right here. It's a Monochromon shop. He laments because not many people pass by to buy some stuff. What can we do for him? Of course we can do his job. What's the problem with this game and getting infinite jobs? Now we are a shopkeeper and we have to make at least 3000 bits to win the minigame. Let me explain how does this work. We're gonna sell 3 different products: medicines, meat, and portable potty. Every time you sell an item, you can choose to sell it at the regular price, at a higher price, or at a lower price. If the price is too high, customers may not accept your offer, or even just leave. There are 4 different customers: Goburimon, Gotsumon, Widmon, and Muchomon. Apparently, I have no confirmation of these. Some of them are more inclined to leave the offer if they do not like it. And another thing I am not sure about, apparently the type of your Digimon, vaccine, virus, or data, influences which item will be requested more during your shift. And despite all this theory, we still fail and reach day 10 because this minigame spends a lot of time. I think we can try again, and we fail again. Whatever, we are gonna be back to the Great Canyon later. There is another boss I want to test my stats on before proceeding. Oh, by the way, day 11. Back into the tunnel drill, the Monzaemon finally finished to dig the tunnel. And we found the source of the heat. There is a lava lake on the other side of the tunnel. And once again, I know I am very biased in this game, but look how beautiful the lava pre-rendered is. It's something that maybe as a child you don't even notice that much, but there is something special in these backgrounds. Our enjoyment is interrupted by Meramon, the one and only... we have a Meramon too, but whatever. Evil Meramon decided the world is a mess and wants to destroy everything! Now, I know it may seem stupid, but think about it for a second. Do you imagine what would have happened if we did not carry dirt outside? Meramon would have had enough time to destroy the world. The world was saved by carrying dirt. But okay, I'm ruining the moment, sorry. Let's go to the Meramon battle. Needless to say, the opponent Meramon is slightly stronger than our Meramon. After all, we have been a champion for a couple of days at most, and most of the time was spent doing the Monochromon minigame. And the reason we are fighting him may be very clear to some of you. Since it's the same Digimon, we are sure we can use all the techniques he uses. So if we are lucky, we're gonna get some new techniques in this battle. And indeed, we did. Magma Bomb is now ours. Also, by winning this battle, something else happens. You will see. Meramon suddenly doesn't want to destroy the world anymore and is gonna open a restaurant, apparently. Pretty good conversion, I guess. Where did all the lava go? Does it evaporate? Did the Monzaemon drain it? And it required... Wait, you required more than 1 day to dig a stupid tunnel, and then the lava disappeared. Whatever, it's suspension of disbelief, I guess. Anyways, go down and talk to this Monzaemon, which apparently is digging another tunnel. Okay, I swear there is something weird. You require multiple days for a tunnel, but then to drain all that lava... Poof! It's time to go back to the Great Canyon. After testing my strength against Meramon, I think I'm ready to tackle another important battle. While moving around, be absolutely careful to not touch a single opponent because they all have the strength of that Meramon at least. And with the elevator, go to the top floor. Fun fact, once you reach the top floor, you cannot use the elevator to go back down. For some reason not apparent to me. The one thing you can do is to face the boss of the area, Birdramon. This fight, for our point of the game, is incredibly hard. Despite Birdramon being still a champion level, it's one of the strongest champions you can fight in the early game. And we do not even have that many resources in the inventory. This is a difference which I remember clearly at the time I loved more than in games like Final Fantasy or Pokemon. In those games, it always felt like it was too easy to just get a lot of money even at the start. In here, while of course later, thanks to the expertise, we will get infinite money, there is a good section of the game in which we will struggle. We will have to manage it through the days to keep moving forward. We win the battle and Birdramon opens a fast travel agent... Last human left on the city. I did not remember this dialogue from Birdramon. Ah, pretty interesting. Birdramon opens a fast travel agency. From here, we can fast travel to some location of the world, and with the autopilot, we can fast travel back home. Traveling is no longer an issue. And then we spend the rest of day 11 just training a little bit more. I think that's the best way to not feel the training as too heavy. Alternating some exploration with some training every single time, always adding more Digimons to the city with new options to help you. But enough talking, say hello to day 12, where once again big changes are gonna arrive. First, I tried to farm a new technique from the Goburimons near the entrance to Great Canyon. And I failed miserably. Also, damn, these Digimons are only intermediate level, but they are making my champion sweat. Hello there! If you're hearing me, it means there is something wrong. As you noticed, I said intermediate level. Yeah, multiple times in this recording I will refer to rookie level as intermediate. I'm sorry, and let's continue. Anyways, I said it was gonna be a very important day. Do you know why? Do you remember this little wall full of rocks, inaccessible? What if I told you, with the battle with Meramon, it got destroyed, and we can go into Mount Panorama? Welcome to the mid-game. And already a battle! Mount Panorama, in my opinion, is the true entrance into the mid-game. Technically, it is reachable before dealing with Meramon, even though it's a big chore and you shouldn't do it at all. I find the opening of this path as the real moment where you need to strategize. Do you have enough supplies to explore? How many days is this expedition gonna last? Is your Digimon able to battle? Are there any techniques your Digimon is missing that maybe you're gonna be able to find in here? Juking all the enemies here is especially more difficult than before. I remember clearly as a child I was terrible at dodging enemies. This zone caused me to lose countless items and money. Also because remember, now I know most of the places and we are visiting these zones with a Meramon, but at the time I had this piece of garbage! It's still too soon to talk about him. But hey, it's time for another one of those moments. Open your goddamn ears. The Gear Savannah. Open space. Freedom. Multiple enemies. Zones to explore. Digimons to recruit. It almost gives me the feeling of when I discovered this place for the first time as a child. Oh, and also... here, champion level Digimons are the norm. Remember some minutes ago where mainly bosses were champion level? Well, screw that! Now when you travel around, you risk of facing champion level Digimons everywhere! But that's not why we are here. We are here for Biyomon, which thinks we are the famous Digimon kidnapper. Wow, that sounds so bad. And we play a little mini-game which I never really understood. You have to position yourself somewhere and ask your Digimon to chase Biyomon, and then block Biyomon from both sides. But, like, I don't understand how are you supposed to understand where to go, where to place yourself, whatever. It's very easy regardless. With enough peer pressure, Biyomon enters the city. And then there is Patamon. Patamon wants to battle, and it's an intermediate level Digimon, so theoretically we're at an advantage here. The battle is very easy, right? In fact, we just won. Patamon wants to fight again. I love this. One of my favorite recruitment as a child. The concept of a boss so pissed off that they refight you instantly refilling their HP and MP can make even a normal boss fight something special. And you think that's it? No, there is a third battle after you win the second time! But in any case, after all of those, Patamon joins the city. And then there is Elecmon. Yeah, there is Elecmon. And then there is Elecmon. The recruitment for this Digimon is to touch him 3 times, so he deals damage to you and then he joins. Okay... Once it's nighttime, oh, and it's past midnight, so welcome to day 13. Welcome also to Trash Mountain. We enter in this place at night because the enemies which appear in this moment are easier to dodge. There are mainly 2 reasons for which we are here. Sorry? The poop are moving and talking. Yeah, that's the pinnacle of my humor, by the way. Jokes about poop. How did I forget all these incredible dialogues when I was a child? This is the greatest game in the world! We are here for the old fishing rod, which is a key item, and probably we will not use it, but why not taking it? Also, there is a giant Minecraft poop. Yeah, basically, around the world there are some other training grounds, which theoretically give you a boost in stats if you train in there. But no worries, once we mention specifically how does training work, you will realize these are obsolete. Whoops. Okay. We may have lost, but still, look at our city! There is a fountain, a giant shop, full of stuff, and portable potty, by the way! Now, even the poop problem is easier to solve. Oh, and there is a Sukamon in here. I think Sukamon does not even increase the level of the city, and it's just there to smell the toilet, I think. And now, fight Digimons! And say hello to day 14, where you fight Digimons! And you may be wondering, why are we fighting over and over again exactly? Be prepared, because on day 15, there is something special. First of all, we can collect the rain plant near Tanemon. This plant appears every 15th of a year, and it restores 1000 NP, plus other uses. If you go to Tropical Jungle, you will notice in here there is a little plant, and... Wait, where is the plant? Let's talk to Tanemon and then go to Tropical Jungle where there is a plant that you can use an item on. With the rain plant, Vegemon joins the city, increasing once again the production of meat. Now we don't get 3 giant meat, we get 3 sirloins. Things are going surprisingly well, am I right? And you know me. When everything goes like a breeze, I don't like it. So, we're gonna have a final boss battle for our Meramon. By exhausting the dialogues with Gigimon, you will notice we are above 15 prosperity. What does this mean? Greymon is the strongest champion boss of the game, I think at least. His amount of HP and moves is a diabolic combination. Also, apparently he fights you to get a street sign, but I have no idea to this day. I have no idea what the developers were referring to. There is no street sign whatsoever. But I guess he is really determined to get it, so much that our Meramon loses. Okay, maybe that was too much. Let's go back to Drill Tunnel, because the Dreamogomon finished the tunnel and joins the city. This tunnel is just a little shortcut through Mount Panorama, but considering we have Birdramon, I think we will never use this one. And on day 16, before saying goodbye to our Meramon, because very soon we're gonna depart our ways, we can keep exploring a little bit longer. After the Gear Savannah, there is the Gecko Swamp. It's not a place fundamental right now. In fact, we can skip it and go all the way to the Misty Trees. The reason I'm here is very simple. There is a Gabumon recruitable in the corner of this room. A battle which is honestly pretty easy and pretty forgiving for the place we are in. And Gabumon joins Dreamogomon in their Treasure Hunter shop, where you can basically spend money to send them on an expedition and get some rare items in return. And then... it happened. The result of all the training, of all the battles, and of all the defeats. Meramon is digivolving. Andromon, our first ultimate level Digimon. And look at those stats! Ultimate level is the strongest level available in this game. There is no mega level, unfortunately, but oh boy, you feel excited when your Digimon evolves into this level. I remember vividly, I never obtained an ultimate as a child. Never. And I mean never. I mean, I did not beat the game as a child. Not because of this, because of something else, but we're gonna talk about that something else later. Back in Tropical Jungle, it is time to go for Creepypasta Land, also called Overdell. Are you scared? No worries, we're not gonna stay here for long, we just want to talk to Betamon. In this incredible conversation, you have to answer yes, and then no. And because of these answers, Betamon will join the city. Day 17! I decided to dedicate a little part of the lifespan remaining of Andromon to try to farm a technique from Soulmon, but with no results. Since we're already in the jungle though, it is time to go for the Amida Forest. In this zone, a sniper is constantly aiming at you. If you do incorrect movements, he's gonna shoot at you. The way to solve this zone is apparently a reference to the method of Amida Kuji. From what I understood, the way in which this method works is every time you go in a straight line, change direction as soon as you can. Every single time possible. And if you do that, you will reach the correct result. Solving this puzzle makes Centaromon come into the city and open a little clinic. Before proceeding forward, I attempt once again Monochromon minigame. We finally win and Monochromon joins the shop in the city. On day 18, let's go over the Amida Forest into the ancient Dino region. Fortunately, we are friendly greeted by Tyrannomon, which attempts to murder us. After winning, he explains us there is a weird meteorite which is causing problem in the Dino region. And we unlock 2 zones, one where time goes slower and one where time goes faster. I think their idea was to help you in case you needed more time for your Digimon, or in case you wanted to get rid of it to make time go faster. But unfortunately, we will never use it, as the same can be accomplished much more easily, for example, by training, and the saving time in the middle of nowhere where you can do nothing is not really useful. But I like a lot the different design between the zone where time goes slower, which appears more primordial, full of dinosaurish Digimons, and the faster zone is spoiled, full of skeleton, decomposition, destruction, and home of our target, Meteormon. Meteormon is supposed to be the first ultimate level Digimon we fight in the game, but honestly, he doesn't feel like that. He seems more a glorified champion Digimon to me, and I am pretty sure it was made weaker because it's the earliest ultimate you can fight. Oh wait, there is even that dude. After defeating Meteormon, Tyrannomon gets scolded by Master Tyrannomon and comes to the city. And at last, where Meteormon was defeated, there is... Nanimon? Is that my Nanimon? He also drops a keychain, which increases the amount of items in your inventory. And that's it. That's it! There is literally nothing else to do in the Dino region. I don't know, to me it feels like an unfinished area. It is decently big, and this is everything you do in there. I think they had more in storage for this, but had to cut it short mid-process or something. And it's a pity. The different flow of time is a very cool concept. I would have loved some more structures in here. Also... what Digimon is that giant spine from? But now it's time to do something else. Exploration. From the Great Canyon, you can reach the Freeze Land. And in case it was not clear, we should not be here. There is no better moment to explain how in this game, random battles are always scarier than boss battles. A random Digimon is able to deal this amount of damage, and the reward for the battle? 600 bits. It is not there to be defeated. It's there to kill you or to reduce greatly your resources. All while the most threatening music plays in the background. There is a reason we are here though. Him. He is the reason we came in here. Monzaemon. Monzaemon gimmick is very simple, they are traders. You give an item, they give an item back. And this leads us to something that I am very proud of saying I discovered on my own. I am pretty sure it's pretty common knowledge in the Digimon community, but discovering it by yourself is always gonna be more special. So, we have a lot of medium recovery, and this Monzaemon trades medium recovery for special defense discs. Medium recovery cost 500 bits, special defense disc sell for over 1000. Do you understand what's happening? Buy medium recovery, travel to Friesland, trade, and sell them for profit. Again, especially at the time, there weren't many forums to consult regardless, so everything you discovered was either your discovery or your friends at school. But I was the only kid who liked Digimon at elementary school, and middle school, and high school. No, actually, I was the only kid who liked video games at high school. Except for, you know, Clash Royale normies. Anyways, by day 18, we have potentially infinite money, and we can say hello to day 19. Now, can we convert this seemingly endless supply of money into something else? Techniques, for example? I mean, technically, yeah, we can buy the restoration items, so whenever we fight enemies, we can constantly restore our stats to fight more enemies. But since I'm unlucky, let's go for something else, shall we? Uramon now says that there are some bandits in the Great Canyon, and if you go in there... Prepare yourself to the most unfair opponent in Digimon World. Surprise attack with 3 Digimons. I am lucky I have an ultimate, otherwise this battle would be very difficult. But plagiarizing Star Wars, we can defeat even Ogremon. But it's far from being over, it's very far from being over. What I do now is I inspect this little ledge of the Great Canyon, and I fall down and die. The end. Nah, that's a joke, we are still alive. But we reach the fortress entrance. The fortress entrance. This bastard of a zone. It is time for a little rant, are you ready? Maybe you don't know, but the PAL version of the game had a bug. You would have never been able to enter in here, as this Agumon would never talk to you, and this fortress is fundamental towards unlocking multiple quests. It doesn't matter that I never got an ultimate, it doesn't matter that I did not know anything about the game. I was never able to beat it for this reason. I will never forgive the Japanese. In our current adventure though, say hello to Ogre Fortress. There is one interesting detail, at least interesting to me, in this zone. The Digimons you can fight in here have AoE attacks, so they are gonna attack each other as they attack you. And I find it appropriate. You know, they are bandits. They probably don't care about each other and care only about their boss. Or maybe not even about him. They just care about getting money. So if they have to harm each other to kill me, they're gonna do that. Also, yeah, let's sleep in the middle of a bandit hideout, because it's still a video game in the end. Day 20. Be prepared for another battle against Ogremon, and no worries, it's not gonna be the last one. At least, refighting him allows me to use my lightsaber once again. If you try to follow Ogremon, you will hear someone screaming for help. Apparently, the elevator we took moved the whole cliff. Wow, Ogremon really spent some time for that fortress. What you have to do is take the elevator to go down, go all the way around the Great Canyon, reach Friesland, and go in the bottom left. In this way, we save Shelmon and they join the city. Alright, the city. It's been a while since we visited it. Wanna see how does it look now? Centaromon now has a little clinic to make you rest and heal sickness. Shelmon has the little bullet board for new quests. And Monochromon added a little card machine into the shop, which is the reason for which we're gonna try to make some money now. This card machine is very simple. You put in 100 bits, you get a random card. You put another 100, you get another card. Welcome to Carpal Tunnel, the game. Not necessarily all the cards, we just care to get a good amount of ultimate level Digimons. And even Digimons like Phoenixmon, which are mega, but for some reason in this game they are ultimate. Don't ask me, come on! After getting a good amount of cards, we go back to Friesland. Following all the road, we reconnect to the Misty Trees! The map is all connected in multiple different ways. Vertical map! I love this interconnection. It's just like Dark Souls. Also, on the road we fight a Kokatorimon, which apparently turns Digimons into stone. And it's funny because that's just glanced over and then never brought up again. And the Kokatorimon just joins the city and nothing else happens. Those Digimons are gonna stay stone. Anyways, going backwards, we are back in Gecko Swamp. Why? Because of this piece of trash, which apparently is a Twitter user and starts using his most powerful move, trash talking. Oh, also, somewhere in here we went into day 21, but I don't remember exactly where, so I'm gonna say it right now. Day 21! GTA style, his defeat spawns Gigimon, and they bring us to our main goal, Shogun Gigimon. He thanks us for beating the crap out of the purple ball, and then unlocks a blocked path in the misty trees. But that's not why we are here. We are here because he loves card games, and by selling cards to him, we get merit points. With the 300 merit points, we can get the amazing road. Everything is coming together. Shelmon Bullet Board talks about an entity which lives in the Dragon Eye Lake. In fact, in there, if you look very closely, you may see a giant shape moving underwater. Do you think Birdramon was difficult? Do you think, I don't know, Greymon was difficult? Do you think Meteormon was difficult? Nah! This is the hardest boss of the game. The fishing minigame! I cannot explain how does this minigame work, because honestly, I do it randomly. Like, if the bar fills, then the rod gets broken. If it goes to 0, the fish escapes. You have to kinda try to lure the fish towards you, while avoiding the bar from going either to the full or to 0. And trust me, watching it seems easier, but this whole section took around 2 minutes. God freaking damn it. After this minigame, we become friends with Sidramon Senpai, and we can go to Beetle Land. Welcome to the land of insects. The amount of stuff we can do in here is actually very low. Yeah, there is a screen with some random battles, there is a screen with a tournament entry where you can only play with insect Digimons, so you cannot play really. But Kuvagamon joins the city, and he is a very important unlock. Then there is Kabuterimon, who... oh wait, I think I forgot something. Beat the crap out of Greymon, and then come back to Kabuterimon, which is gonna join the city as well. What do Kuvagamon and Kabuterimon do? It's complex, you just need to know for now that they increase the stats you gain when training. And unfortunately, this is the moment in which, while training the brain of Pollo, it happened. Yeah, as you may have imagined, not only Digimons die after getting heavily injured, they also age, and we are back once again to our starter. But this time, we can pick one of 4 different eggs, and we're gonna go for the pink one, Uramon. Right on time for day 22. I think from here we can fast forward a teeny tiny bit from Uramon into Tokomon into Betamon on day 23. Wait, active... groggy? Betamon is gonna be the cocoon of our new machine of destruction. And we will do that by not battling. Yeah, you heard me right. Spend the entirety of day 23 and 24 training like a monkey. Welcome to day 25. 1/4 of the challenge is officially gone, and we are already at 1 hour of video. But no worries, I am pretty sure the longest part already ended. The remaining days will require at most another hour. Training is still going, made very easily thanks to our infinite supply of meat, and due to the fact we do not need to pay attention to poop. Yeah, you heard me right. If up to now I have always been very careful to never put poop outside of the toilet, right now we want to do that. Some Digimons to be obtained need care mistakes. You need to treat badly your friend to make it become stronger. It's funny how this enables a completely different playstyle. Look, we are literally walking in our own poop. Just be careful to not do too many care mistakes, okay? Once you start being greedy, you risk becoming evil. And on day 26, our work was well repaid. Sidramon. What are we gonna do with Sidramon? Oh, it's very simple. Start scolding him. I swear there is a reason, okay? Also, feed him multiple portable potties and scold him whenever he refuses. I swear there is a reason, okay? You just have to repeat this for a very long time, okay? On day 27, day 28, and day 29. Now, our discipline is at maximum, our happiness is at maximum, and we want to sleep. Are you ready to cook? By sleeping in this condition, there may be something special to happen for us. Say hello to Birdramon and to day 30. This special Digivolution is not really useful for anything. You can obtain Birdramon even normally. Why did we do it? Because I want to have fun in the 100 days. Why would I do 100 days otherwise? And no, I am not throwing for content. You will see what does Birdramon become, okay? Oh, by the way, while editing I realized I forgot about one Digimon. There is an injured Unimon at the Mount Panorama. If you give them a bandage, they're gonna join the city. On day 31, I actually want to use the shortcut of the tunnel drill. Not for any particular reason, just because, why not? We unlocked it. Here, we're gonna try once again to get the skill we wanted to get from Soulmon in the Overdell Cemetery, by farming Shima Unimon. And spoiler, we failed. But as I was going around to try to get it, I assist to an anime moment. That is Leomon, the hero of the Gear Savannah, and a piece of crap who does not want to come into the city right now. But I honestly cannot complain, that is a very cool cutscene, and I love that even in this game Leomon has a similar function to what he did in Digimon Adventure 1. And finally, at the middle of day 32, Megalospark is finally ours. This is OP! But before putting it to good use, it's between the 1st and the 15th of the year. So, if you go in this specific zone of the Gear Savannah, you can find a very peculiar shop. Also, is that thing supposed to be a Digimon? What type of Digimon is that? Anyways, it's a card shop. It's gonna sell singles, packs, and it's gonna give us an exclusive card for our presents. A card with our main character on it. I remember loving this idea as a child. It really shows Digimons are spreading the rumors about a human intended to make the city shine again. So much that they created a card for it to celebrate. But let's go back to more serious stuff for a second, okay? I think you still don't fully comprehend the power of Megalospark. That's why we're gonna test it against a very difficult battle. In the Frizland, you can find a giant whale called Wamon, which apparently has been pushed away from his own home from someone evil. Someone you may know very well. You guessed it. It is Ogremon once again. But this time, it's slightly different. Not only Ogremon, but Warusidramon, the first ultimate we fight. And no, I am not counting Meteormon. No. This is the first ultimate we fight in the run. But most importantly, it's a 3v1. And we have a champion. One of the most difficult battles of the game. Now, are you ready to see why I love Megalospark? Megalospark is my favorite move of the game. Decently fast, its interruption window is very little, and damage is godly. Do you remember some time ago when we were using an ultimate against the champions and sometimes we were barely winning? This is one of my favorite battles. Without a good Digimon, it absolutely turns into an item spam, desperately trying to stay alive. But with some decent setups, you can triumph even against one of the most unfair opponents of the game. Ogremon is on the ground once again, for the third time. And at this point, he seems to finally learn his lesson, and he's gonna join us into the city. Aha! Pranked! Yeah, Ogremon only pretends to join, with a distorted sound of joining the city. But if anything, we get Vamon. Okay, it's day 33. We won in the canyon. We won in the fortress. We won in the cave. This story has been continuing way too long. The drill tunnel now requires money in order to go through it. And guess who is the culprit once again? Let's defeat Ogremon, who is now in decay apparently. His new gang is way worse than the one he had previously. He's just the shadow of his old self. And he knows it too. He is tired. He said he started becoming a bandit because he was sure the city was destroyed, there was no possibility, there was no hope. But in the end, we were able to give him another perspective. Aww, he was just a misguided good guy, when being a misguided good guy was still not incredibly abused. But yeah, I gotta say, all things considered, this is one of my favorite questlines of the game. Not only because, as a child, it was one of the things which I had never been able to do, but also because it shows one side of the digital world which I hoped they would have shown more. The idea of Digimons being hostile, not for some artificial reason because they are manipulated or something, no. But because they are just like that. Ogremon robbed Digimons, stole their houses, imposed taxes. The government is the real opponent, but also has a chance of redemption and takes it. I really like the ending given to the... Hey, wait a second. Hey, let me take the HP chip. Hey, what? This bastard doesn't allow me to take the HP chip. Okay, forget everything I said, okay? I hate this questline, worst questline of the game. So, what is our prize for having done all of this? A Digivolution, of course. Megadramon. Oh boy, Megadramon. Everything a kid may love. Dragon, wings, metal claws. Yes, I am a very simple person and I love this Digimon. There is also a reason for which I got this one in particular, because we are gonna go to Factorial Town. You see, when you unlock Wamon, you unlock also a new location Wamon can bring you to. And be prepared, because the music here is fire. As the name suggests, Factorial Town is a factory full of machine Digimons and poop. Let me spend a second to talk about thematical enemies for most zones, okay? As you go through the world, enemies will change depending from where you are, and they mostly fit the zone you're placed into. You saw it, for example, in the Dino region, but going even further, Tropical Jungle has monkey-shaped Digimons and also giant insects. Gear Savannah is full of horse Digimons which can run around wildly. Friesland has Yetis, a penguin... you see my point, okay? And then, poop? In a factory? I don't understand greatly the connection. Is this because there is a sewer? Yeah, there is a sewer nearby where a Numon is feeling sick because supposedly the machines are malfunctioning and so there are some weird gases in the air. Yeah, what if all these poop Digimons around lived down there, but then when problems started happening, they exited and this Numon is the only survivor. The only one who is so deeply attached to this place, which is not able to leave. Okay, no, I'm just writing a fanfiction at this point. Andromon, which is supposed to be a sort of manager of the factory, tells us that the sewers have absolutely no problem because machines cannot make mistakes. And a little note, while I was editing this specific part, my editing program crashed. So yeah, you're right, Andromon, machines cannot ever make mistakes, you nailed it. Day 34. To proceed into the quest, we have to wait until midnight, where there is gonna be the guard shift. But honestly, you know what? It's still before even day 50. I think we can take 1 or 2 days off, to do some other stuff, or to just relax. Like, it's going perfectly, what could possibly go wrong? That's why I'm gonna spend day 34, day 35, and the first part of day 36 training Brain. The reason is very simple, every time you reach certain thresholds, your Digimon has a chance to automatically learn a new technique. But the chance isn't really that big, I arrived at 911 Brain and I only got one single move. Thanks RNG. Alright, it's time to enter Factorial Town. Day 37! Yes, it is day 37, and you know what that means? Midnight just passed. And be careful, because we have a Megadramon, but the enemies in this area are still very tanky. And that doesn't mean we are not gonna farm them. You see, Megadramon uses mainly machine techniques, and we are in literal Factorial Town. Why do you think I wanted a Machine Dramon for this zone? These 3 Guard-Dramons. One of them is able to use a very particular technique, which is gonna be fundamental if we want to become stronger. And so I started the farm. 12 hours later. No, your screen did not just break. This is a bug. I don't even know how to call it. If you try to win the battle in this moment, this happens. And that's it. You stay there, contemplating your mirror in the screen, and wondering why the hell you're gonna have to redo all the farming. Okay, I'm back. This time we're gonna get All Range Beam, which is a pretty good AoE attack, also considering it almost never can be stopped. And another crush. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with this zone? Whatever, let's keep All Range Beam and let's keep going. Finally, we reached the source of the problem, and you will never believe it. A machine was malfunctioning! God damn it, what a plot twist! Andromon said they cannot malfunction! Let me present you Gigimon. Gigimon is a very strong ultimate. His move, DG Dimension, is able to deal tremendous damage to everyone, and it's gorgeous to see on the screen. Without a powerful ally like Megadramon, this could have been a nightmare. Alright, we just had a mortal fight between 2 ultimates in an already damaged zone. Of course now the sewers are gonna be fine, right? Okay, how do you feel, Numemon? Wait. Numemon wants to fight? Numemon is a fucking legend. I forgot about this battle in particular. This dude right here is what you all should try to become in your life. Determined to follow your ideals, even when the chances of succeeding are less than 0, I guess. After this little detour, we go back to the factory and farm for our new skill. Full Potential. This is fantastic. What this does is it increases offense, defense, and speed during the battle up to 3 times per battle, which in other words means at the cost of a couple of seconds, your Digimon becomes much stronger. Back to the city, on day 38, I decide to train a little bit more, because there is still one important opponent we have to fight right now. It scares me a lot, because it's another ultimate, but our Megadramon should be strong enough to tackle it. And, you know, this makes me almost desire to insert a new rule in here. You know what? From now on, I will not be allowed to use more than 3 items per battle. What do you think? Oh no. Oh no, no, wait! No, I need an ultimate to defeat an ultimate! Can I take back the no, whatever. My plan is ruined, but it's still pretty early in the days. Okay, from now I cannot use any more than 3 items per boss fight, okay? For day 40, I have a 10,000 IQ idea. We will completely forget we have a partner, and conduct the worst lifestyle possible. Trust me, there is a reason for this. On day 41, say hello to our new rookie. And it's this moment of the video, I think, when I realized I referred to rookie a lot of times as intermediate, but I will have probably already inserted another message in which I say it, which made the last 5 seconds useless. Day 42, we keep training Elecmon and mistreating him. Day 43, still training. Day 44. Listen, I know you may think I am just literally wasting time and I'm throwing, but trust me, there is a reason. Just hold on a little longer, okay? Up to day 45, where my plan finally succeeds. It's finally time to talk about Numon. Let me explain. Remember I said there are conditions where you get champion Digimons? If after several days your Digimon does not have the requirements to digivolve into any of his available Digivolutions, he will turn into Numemon. On our Elecmon, we only trained attack and speed, so he has no requirements to turn into any of his Digivolutions. And what's the catch with Numemon? Well, he sucks. Then why did I want it? You will see soon. Also because I wanted to teach you a lesson. In the past 30 days, I was playing the part of the cool person which gets an ultimate in every cycle, but as a child, trust me, without external resources, I have never been able to obtain an ultimate. And I am sure if you played Digimon World as a child, you too saw this stupid idiot a lot. Haha, I tricked you! The only reason I was talking is to not make you notice I was going into the Misty Trees. Here, we're gonna meet our destiny with Cherrymon. Cherrymon? What the hell is that face? Who was the responsible for these? This doesn't seem Cherrymon. He allows us to enter into another one of my favorite locations of the game. Toy Town. Do I really need to say anything about the music? Oh, and also, this is Tinmon. Tinmon. Who the hell is Tinmon? I am not sure, but I think this thing was specifically made for this game. Like, even in the wiki page, they use the image of Digimon World. What? But you may be wondering, why are we here, and why do we have Numemon? Because of this. Yes, this game contains one guaranteed ultimate, if you want. Numemon, and only Numemon, is able to enter into this costume, becoming Monzaemon. And not only Monzaemon is a fantastic Digimon, but he can use Megalospark! 6-year-old ultimate Digimon with Megalospark. Do you see my cooking? Perfectly ready for the day 46 grind. Our training starts. Since our Digimon will supposedly live for a lot of days, we can take all the time in the world and relax, even for day 47 and day 48. Oh no, actually, even for day 49 and 50? Oh! We're halfway there, guys! We're halfway there with an ultimate, ready to win against Toy Town. Let me clarify, Monzaemon is needed for this zone. Monzaemon is the only Digimon which is allowed to enter into this place. This place is a series of 3 rooms. Each room contains different Digimons and 3 mystery doors. Mystery doors can be either the continuation or... I love this game, but the most scary room is room number 2. 2 Tankmons. Now, fortunately, only one of them got involved in the battle. But why? Was it purely luck? Well, yes, but we also helped it. Back in day 37, without telling you, I went to the Numemon secret item shop. He comes to the city and sells a enemy repel. While this item is in the inventory, enemies may not join battle more times than normal. To be fair, considering the Digimon we have, we wouldn't have had that much of a problem in here. But still. Oh, and let me talk about another move, Warcry. Do you remember Full Potential? Well, Warcry is basically full potential for fighting Digimons. It is OP. Our damage basically doubles with this. After that we reach the last room, which is full of Clear Agumon, which is a recolor of Toy Agumon, which is a variation of Agumon. Was there a need to make a recolor of a variation? Let's continue. Welcome to the final room of the secret dungeon. In here, we have to select one of the two boxes. Now, I already played the game before, so I know we have to select the small one, because the big one contains a giant bomb which deals damage to you. Say hello to Monzaemon. You know, rethinking about this scene as an adult is funnier, because when I was a child, I did not realize it, but do you realize Monzaemon was waiting inside of the box until our arrival, just to make this comedic effect? This is some freaking Dio bringing Polnareff down the stairs moment. Oh boy, the hype for this battle. The hero of the town against the antagonist. I don't know about you, but this zone in particular reminds me of how I played when I was a child, creating a fantastic city and then having the good hero and the bad villain fighting each other at the climax. And thanks to our victory, he will try to stop being evil. I like to think that Monzaemon is one of the few Digimons in this game legitimately evil, without going crazy for some reason. And I mean, not like Ogremon, where he was actually a good guy which just thought the world was screwed and so started being evil. No. I think Monzaemon was just born evil. I mean, Monzaemon literally means evil Monzaemon. But anyways, he gives us back what he stole from the town, Hagurumon, so that we can give it back to our friend Tinmon. Are you ready for some story dumping? Several Digimons are going crazy. A ruler of the island, and then us, summoned into this world to rebuild the city. The pieces are all coming together, but not before going back into the Monzaemon room and say hello once again to our first companion ever, Nanimon. Day 51. We are beyond half, and the final battle is finally on sight. But not before something else. You see, here there is a very powerful Digimon, which gave me nightmares as a child. Nightmares! Not only because finding him is completely random, but also because it's like one of the strongest bosses of the game. There it is, that little bastard, Piximon. I don't know if I can do it, but I will consider this a revenge for all the times when I was younger that you defeated me. If it wasn't clear, it is time for the payback, idiot. Our battles at this point, remembering that we cannot use more than 3 items per battle, are like this. We start by stacking our stats with stuff like Warcry, and then we hope that the stun of Megalospark gets triggered. And fortunately, this was the case. Good job, Monzaemon. Not only you saved Toy Town, you also took down my child nightmare. I think Monzaemon can rest now. I mean, with rest, I mean relax from boss battles. And with relax, I mean going around and farming more techniques for the new generations. We learn Megaton Punch from Gotsumon. On day 52, we meet Nanimon in the Ogre Fortress and we learn Tremor from Gotsumon. And on day 53, we start farming for a move called Counter. And the reason I required more than 1 day for this is not clear, but I think I have an answer. Let me explain. Counter gets triggered sometimes when you do a physical attack on the opponent. You know, an attack where you're very close. I think the reason for which they never used it in a battle against me is that I was doing attacks too quickly between each other, so they didn't have time to trigger Counter, and so I wasted day 53, and we went to day 54, with Counter finally learned. After having probably committed a genocide of all the Shima Unimon in the universe. On day 55, I thought Monzaemon was basically done. We learned all the techniques possible. Well, except for one. You see, Monzaemon can learn and use Thunder Justice. The problem? Currently, he can only learn it from Soulmon, but not from any Soulmon, no. Those inside of a place in the Overdell Cemetery, where Monzaemon cannot enter. We cannot enter in that place with Monzaemon. So, I have a little trick up my sleeve, which also showcases the third and the final filth Digimon. We have Nanimon, we have Numemon, and once you feel the poop bar in the stat menu, we have Sukamon. Oh boy, Sukamon. Did you notice how our stats got halved when we turned into Sukamon, by the way? Yeah, that's just what happens. But it doesn't matter, cause Sukamon is a virus-type Digimon and so is able to enter into the mansion of the Grey Lord. This house is almost fully locked the first time you enter. You have to solve a little puzzle of going around the zones until you're able to get the mansion key, which if I recall correctly allows you to re-enter in here without virus Digimons. Which means it's time to introduce the last mechanic we will use for Sukamon. Remember, there was a zone full of Sukamon? In there may be a Digimon I intentionally skipped when we reached it. There is King Sukamon. His only purpose in the whole game is to talk to him while you have a Sukamon as a Digimon, and what he's gonna do is this. Yes, King Sukamon is able to revert the Digivolution from Sukamon to what you had previously. And if I understood correctly, if you wear an ultimate, this also increases your lifespan. And now, on day 56, we have the key, we have Monzaemon, we can enter into the mansion I misremembered. Well, whatever, there is another place where we can bring Monzaemon, where only vaccine-type Digimons can enter. Do you see it? Even after 56 days, where I already knew where to go, we are still going to new places. I think this is one of the main reasons for which I loved the game as a child. Like, I know it's different from the stuff I usually bring on the channel, but one day I literally thought it could be a funny idea, and I immediately started working on it, like immediately. I really wanted to replay it. And I really hope, if you arrived up to this point, you're enjoying it at least half as much as me. If you do, remember also you can leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, whatever you want, you know the drill. In any case, welcome into the Ice Sanctuary. Ice Sanctuary is a zone with a statue, and that's it. Okay, we can leave. Of course. No, there is a secret passage. And in the secret passage, there is a gym. And that's it. No, of course no. There is a secret passage in the secret passage to go even deeper in here. But apart from this haha moment, the zone is pretty boring, honestly. Like, it's just, I don't know, it feels different. It's still Digimons going around like the other zones, but being more corridor-oriented and uninteresting, honestly, in its design. It's kinda forgettable, I guess. Like, the only important thing is at the end you see a giant ball, and that's it. And then when you exit, there is Angemon, which joins the city. I don't know. I feel like this zone, similarly to Dino region, had more stuff going on for it, but then they just scrapped it and only placed Angemon. Also because, why would Angemon be frozen? Whatever. Let's go to day 57. And even if we didn't do anything particularly important today, I still chilled a little bit in the city. I was just enjoying the minute things. For example, Elecmon at night puts light on a lot of stuff. The pill of the clinic, the bullet board. It's these little touches, which I love. Day 58 was spent once again trying to get more skills, and on day 59, unfortunately, our incredible hero had to say goodbye. No worries, Monzaemon. You will always be remembered as the hero you always were, even without your fancy costume. The hero is the one you are inside, not outside. And say hello to Yuramon. There is one precise reason for which we pick Yuramon, because this may be the generation where I explain more about training. Training has a level, depending from what you have and what you do. This level goes from 0 to 10, and there are various things which can either increase it or decrease it. For example, the level of your Digimon. For Fresh End in Training is +1, Rookie is +2, Champion +3, Ultimate +4. Then, remember Kuwagamon and Kabuterimon? Those two increase the level by 2 on specific machines, and if you have both, it's basically a +2 overall. If you have a Filth Digimon, and at this point I think you know them pretty well, it's -3! Then there is also a training preference specific of each Digimon. It increases certain machines by +1, and other machines by -1. It is something very secondary to look at, especially considering all the other things we can use to manipulate this level. Then there are 3 more things we still have to mention. First of all, if you have the training manual, it's gonna be +1. And you maybe wonder, what is this training manual? Well, There is a reason our hero died defeating Piximon. Piximon will appear in the shop and is gonna sell us training manuals. And also, did you notice it's been a while since our Tanemon was training? And it's still not evolved? That's our last cooking. Tanemon will not evolve into a Rocky if the attack is the highest stat and she has less than 10 weight. Why do we want to keep Tanemon in training level? It's very simple. After you perform 10 training on a machine, that machine will have permanently, forever, for all the time you play Digimon World, a +2. As a last thing, if the sum of the level of your Digimon, training manual, baby upgrades, and Kuwagamon and Kabuterimon is between 1 and 5, you're gonna get a -1. But I think you may already realize, with all the pluses we are getting, that's never gonna be the case anymore. All of these can make us go in the best and most optimized training ever. While I was talking, it became day 61, and we subbed to a Rookie tournament, because I decided, I never really involved myself too much in tournaments, and we still have 40 days to go. I think we have all the time in the world to perform something like this, and in day 62, prepare to another banger of a music. In preparation, I trained mainly HP and MP, because since you have to dispute 3 different matches, and considering, remember, your HP will not fully restore between matches, I think it's better to have an extra tanky Digimon. With some complications, the first and the second round were achieved, and we were in the finals. Tournament is one of the few places where you need to have a plan, either in the moves, in the brain training, in something you need to be specialized, because you will not be able to use items. All of these battles depends from your decision making and from your Digimon. Whatever, you don't always win, it's fine, it was just to try the tournaments anyways. Since I was just relaxing again, because again, I think it's gonna be easy to finish the game at this point, I'm not really being overconfident, I turned Palmon into Nanimon once again! Our first Digimon, our Digimon at day 62. Why Nanimon though? It's very simple, and while on day 63 I did some more training, on day 64 I wanted some more filth moves. I decided to farm Gigimon. From him, we obtained Odor Spray and Poop Toss. And I also noticed Gigimon gave a lot of stats after each victory. Is this a property of Gigimon? Or, maybe it's because our stats suck! Day 55. I honestly don't know what to do with Nanimon. He's useless. Do you like curling? Yep, in the Friesland there is a little penguin which is gonna play a funny minigame with us. It's basically curling. No, actually, I have never played curling, so I don't really know if this is actual curling, but it's fine, so that's what matters. Also, what the hell is up with that sprite? It seems I'm missing an eye or I am bleeding to death. We win and Penguinmon joins the city. After that, we started one of the most boring quests of Digimon World, the fetching quest. We have to find a couple of items to trade with Monzaemon to make a Monzaemon come to town. We are able to fish a fish using a fish as a bait. Wow, try to say that phrase 3 times fast. Fish a fish using a fish as a bait. Fish a fish using a fish as a bait. Fish a fish using a fish as a bait. And then we reset a zone to get a happy mushroom, another item required for Monzaemon. It can only be obtained randomly, and we spend the remaining of day 65 to do it. Day 66! And even Monzaemon is in the city. Day 67. Okay, theoretically, if I wanted the Nanimon to evolve into the ultimate form of Nanimon, I would need to win 100 battles. But I think I wasted so much time that there is no more time to do all those battles in here, honestly. Regardless, I am very stubborn and I try to do it. Day 68, we start with some useless training and then we go back to tunnel drill. You see, when you are at a good amount of prosperity in the city, the Dreamogemon in the lower road will finish the tunnel and will discover a secret cave, which is called the Leomon Ancestor Cave. In here you can collect a certain stone, which is probably important for Leomon ancestors, and in fact, if you give this to him, he will join the city. Day 69! Nice. I don't think I did anything on day 69? I'm not sure. I didn't write anything. I wrote, there is one more thing to do with Nanimon, and that's it. So, okay. Day 70, Nanimon leaves us. And with that, we say goodbye to another partner, but we prepare for our most important Digimon. The one who will have to go through the most important and difficult obstacles of this game. Welcome back, Betamon. By day 71, Agumon is already present. Are you noticing we are going a little bit faster? That's because I already explained everything there is to know. There is nothing else to teach you. You are the new master of this game. On day 72, 73 and 74, I train, and participate into another tournament, and I fail again. Whatever. Day 75, Agumon digivolves. If everything went according to my plan, we should get Greymon. Greymon is a great Digimon, and is able to use Megalospark. So, if my calculations are correct, we should get... Tyrannomon? What Frapollo didn't know in that moment is that there was one last lesson to teach you. Don't jinx it. Whatever, it's not Greymon, but it's still a big dinosaur, and he's still able to turn into the ultimate I wanted, so that's fine, whatever. Day 76, we are just beyond 3 quarters. Only 24 days remaining, and the training is going very well, all the way to day 77 and day 78. On this day, I sub to another tournament, a champion tournament this time, and go back to talk to Gigimon. Alright, the next step is Alright, I forgot this one. Birdramon arrives from nowhere and wants to battle. He is supposedly brainwashed, and that's something scary, because even if we already fought Greymon in this area, Greymon was not brainwashed. He genuinely was interested into fighting us. If one of these possessed Digimons reached the city, we may be at a risk. It's time to put an end to this once and for all. That's why the road to the final dungeon is finally opened. Where is that road? Oh, it's very simple. Do you remember the waterfall? It's not time to go in here, but I think I can give you a little anticipation of what's to come. Open your ears. This smells Final Dungeon so much. The color also, despite being very confusing, shut up. It's so good. And let me show you how competent the Digimons in here are, okay? Do you see that damage? This is not a joke. This place is full of random enemies and of bosses. And you know what? Before, I said in boss battles I could use only 4 items. For Mount Infinity, I will allow myself to use 1 single item on the final boss. Nothing else, 1 item and that's it. But it's not time to go in here. A challenge for our current level instead is, on day 79, the Champion Tournament. So, as you may notice even from the bracket, I said Champion Tournament, but it's the easy champion level. As you can see, some enemies are still rookies. For example, our round 1 opponent Clear Agumon. That's why the encounter was a breeze. Round 2 was kinda more complex, but with the experience we got from the other tournament in the rookie section, I increased my HP and MP a lot. And with that, we arrive to the final round, where I start noticing a little problem. We are finishing the MP. We will not be able to deal enough damage to win, and we will just be able to stare at the opponent, slowly grinding our HP. But this mode has a timer, and when the timer runs out, we have more HP. Therefore, we win the championship. Our reward is... okay... like... for the time wasted, I think it's not even worth it, honestly, but I still wanted to do it. For day 80 and 81, I spend entirely the day training. And you may be wondering, which Digimon do I want to get at ultimate level? Oh, it's very simple. The same one I wanted to get from Greymon, MetalGreymon. If you don't know much about Digimon, MetalGreymon is one of the most iconic ultimate level Digimon. It's a dragon with wings, mechanical claws, Is this like Megadramon, but... yeah, okay, it's another shape, it's another flavor of Megadramon, okay. And that's the Digimon we will use to win the game. Eh? So... No, wait. No, this was not... This was not supposed to happen. What? I was supposed to get a MetalGreymon! But the requirements were fulfilled! I am sure! Did I do something wrong? I gotta be honest with you now. In these last days after Tyrannomon death, I don't have that many notes. And I think one of the reasons is that I was getting nervous. I was genuinely scared I wasn't gonna be able to 100% the city. One more mistake at a champion level, and we are done. There is no way we can get another champion and then an ultimate in these remaining days. Between day 82 and 87, I have literally no notes, except for starting the quest to take Frigimon. To do this, go into the Dino region and buy from this machine until you get the moldy meat. Moldy meat, when eaten, makes your Digimon become sick. Go into Friesland in this part, give the meat, and wait. You are gonna collapse and will be saved by Frigimon, which will not still come with us. Day 86 and 87, I don't really have any other notes. And I could just go through the recordings and write down something or whatever, but I feel like, since we're in this together, it's better if I tell the story in the same way in which I remember it. Not because I'm lazy, buddy, it's almost a 2 hours video, if you really think I'm lazy, whatever. But because I think it could fit more into this narrative. But fortunately, day 89 is when I restart to write more. On day 89, we get our first Horse of the Apocalypse. Say hello to Betamon. 11 days from the end, and we still don't have an ultimate. Betamon will have to do a lot of stuff. Why Betamon though? Because she can use Megalospark, and because Greymon was honestly too mainstream. Yes, we risk of not completing the challenge, and I still want to have fun regardless of it. Betamon may not be the best, but it's our partner. Oh, also, somewhere around here, we fight Ninjamon on the bridge, and he comes to the city. With her, on day 90, we can go back to the Greylord mansion and finally complete the quest in here. How do you complete it? Oh, it's very simple. If you click a secret button on a coffin, it will transform and you will be able to go into an underground sanctuary. In here, there is Metalgreymon who is starving and wants you to take some food from the fridge. You go back to the fridge and there is an enigma to find the food. And to solve it, you have to exit the mansion and the food will be on the ground in there. And then you go back to Metalgreymon, you give him the food, he's gonna be fine. And he tells you the reason he was starving is because his waiters did not bring him food. Whatever, this is completed regardless. Now, go on the bullet board. You will see it mentions how there are some strange UFO signs around the Mount Panorama. And if you go in there, there is Betamon, an alien Digimon, who is gonna join the city for reasons. And then there is Reset Nightmare. Do you see this zone with the Mud Frigimon? You have to enter in it, exit, enter, exit, enter, exit, enter, you understood, right? Until you hear these steps. That's Mamimon. Mamimon is a very powerful Digimon and very resistant. Betamon may not be in the best conditions to fight him, but fortunately in here now we're allowed to use all the items we want because there is no boss battle music. After a long and tedious fight, Mamimon joins the city. Back in Friesland to Frigimon, he finally joins us because he realized the Digimons can evolve and become stronger and protect themselves against sickness. Still in the Friesland, fight for the first time Garurumon, who after his loss will complain that you helped your Digimon despite me literally doing nothing, and will ask you to fight the next day. Okay, seems fine to me. Rematch, and Garurumon joins the city. Checking again the bullet board, it says how Meotismon supposedly disappeared. So we go back to the Greylord Mansion and an evil Devimon rushes at us. This Devimon doesn't really do anything in here, but whatever. We are now able to descend into the secret laboratory of Meotismon. And I don't know why, this zone reminds me a lot of the freaking Nibelheim Mansion where Sephiroth becomes crazy in Final Fantasy VII. Inside of here, we are gonna have to fight one of my favorite Digimons ever. A creation of Meotismon, SkullGreymon. Oh boy, this battle. It may not be one of the most difficult battles of the game, but for sure, it's one of those I enjoy the most. The arena full of these fleshy materials around. The idea you are fighting the equivalent of Mewtwo from Pokemon, but in Digimon. Everything in here screams epicness. And with that, SkullGreymon joins the city. Day 95. There is a problem. I was feeling very tense. Bakemon was having the same verses Digimons usually have before dying. Did I make another mistake? You know, if Bakemon dies, we are done. There is no way we get another decent Digimon in time for the final bosses. We have to change what we do. But this causes me to make another mistake. You know, there are some items around the world which when used make you digivolve. For example, in the secret beach cave, there is an item which makes you digivolve into Digitamon, an ultimate level Digimon. And that's what we do. You know what's the problem? If normally digivolve into an ultimate increases your lifespan, if you digivolve with an item, the lifespan does not increase. Digitamon is still almost dying from age. I genuinely don't know what to do. I spent like 5 or 10 minutes just watching the screen and thinking if there was something I missed, if there was a way to even try to salvage this. And I came to a conclusion. There is a way, which is gonna make me lose hours. So, do you like fishing? No? Well, it doesn't matter. You have to go in here. Dragon Eye Lake. What you have to do is very simple. Use a meat as a bait to fish some black trout. Then, use black trout as a bait to fish Digi Sea Bass. Digi Sea Bass has a very special property. It increases your lifespan by a couple of hours for each Digi Sea Bass you eat. Yes, you heard me right. If we want to have even the slightest chance to triumph against this stupid Mount Infinity, we need to grind Digi Sea Bass. Considering you can even fail the catch, and that it's not that easy to take it every single time, I think you can imagine how long does this process last, only to catch like 3 or 4 Digi Sea Bass. And I thought, for my own sanity, it was better to alternate Digi Sea Bass and some little expeditions into Mount Infinity. Once I think I have enough lifespan to survive for some more hours, we go back for the first assault on Mount Infinity. Now, you may be interested to know something. I did not know this when I played the game, but apparently some people in the community consider Digitamon one of the worst Digimons you can have in here. And the reason is horrible. Do you remember the finishing move? The move you can use from time to time during the battle? Yeah, for some reason, Digitamon 9 out of 10 times hits himself with his finisher. You gave an ultimate level Digimon a finishing move which hits himself. Man, this game was magical. In any case, in this first assault we reach Devimon and there is that little "Ha! Do you remember me?" moment. But regardless, it's not too difficult because Digitamon can still use Megalospark, fortunately. What scared me though was the second boss battle after Devimon, Megadramon. You already saw how powerful can Megadramon be from when we were using it. And this Megadramon knows even stronger stuff than ours. And if you combine that with the fact that I said I will not be allowed to use items, we will need some very decent luck to triumph in this battle. We need to get some good stuns in, and to trust our partner. Megadramon is miraculously defeated, but the next opponent before the final boss is on another level. We are not ready to take them down. For today, we have to escape. From now on, each and every our move has to be calculated extremely precisely. First of all, we go back to the Dragon Eye Lake to fish for more Digisebas, and then we take down another ultimate level Digimon necessary for the 100% city completion. Do you remember the tree with a door? Well, the door will stay closed, but I think it's finally time to get a little visit from someone. Betamon. This is the ultimate Sukamon evolves into, and if you're interested, Nanimon evolves into Digitamamon. We saw all of them: Monzaemon, Betamon, and Digitamamon. Fortunately, despite our not-so-good preparation, Betamon falls. And then I stare at the screen again for like 20 minutes. What the hell do we do? More training? More fishing? Do I just try to go for the final boss? I'm genuinely scared. We're only 5 days away from the end, and so close to victory. After some more fishing, on day 96, we go back to Mount Infinity. It ends today. And the last obstacle, before our final boss, is the Digimon I wanted to get to do the final boss. MetalGreymon. That is way more than another brainwashed Digimon. That's the reincarnation of our mistakes. What we could have obtained, if only we played a little bit more carefully. If I stopped being so cocky near the half of the challenge. If I stopped mistreating my partner. I'm sorry, MetalGreymon. But please, we have to proceed. That's it. Now that there are no more obstacles, we can go to the one and only. Who was behind all the brainwashing, all the fights, all the suffering we saw in this digital world? Maybe it's part of the ruler mentioned in the past in Toy Town. Maybe it's another entity completely different. But let me show you. Analog Man. Analog Man is not a ruler, and from all the stuff he did on this island, he's not even a human. The only thing certain is that he was prepared for our visit, as he has a special surprise for us. Dramon, the first Mega Digivolution. I mean, technically there is Hercules Kabuterimon available, there is a Phoenix Mode, the first Mega of the game. Can we really win this battle? Can we even have a little chance against a Mega with our Digitamamon? It's not even an actual Digitamamon. We obtain this with an item. When you Digivolve with an item, you don't even get the stat boost. We are still a champion Digimon against a Mega. No. There is no way to win this. It's funny cause, of all moments, I think it's around here that in real life, I started laughing. It's been a while since a video game involved me so much as in this case. It's not even about a video anymore. It's about making Digitamamon beat that stupid Machine Dramon. We go back to fish for more Digisebas. And once I feel confident enough, I have one last trick up my sleeve. We're gonna go to the tropical jungle. Do you remember at the start of our video where we obtained Betamon? Now, in that area, there are some random opponents, including Betamon. Why is this important? Because from him, we can obtain another very strong move of the game. Aqua Magic. Full Potential is for mechanical. Warcry is for fight. Aqua Magic is for water. And Digitamamon can use Aqua Magic. I could spend some more time training. I could maybe prepare a little bit more. I could use more fish. But I think day 97 is the one in which we are gonna beat the game. Once and for all. I did not play the music before, but I think it's finally time for you to listen to the final boss music. Okay. We did it. I was very scared, honestly. I was not so confident anymore at one point of the battle, but fortunately our Digitamon was able to triumph. And then in the end, we get a very satisfying cinematic of that stupid bastard finally scared! Apparently he was trying to leave the digital world and go back into the real world, but something fails and he dies. Whatever! I won the game! Give me my credits! And so... the final boss is defeated, and our run is over, right? Wait, let me... hold on real quick. Let me recheck the rules I said at the start. Oh, max prosperity. Wait! Max prosperity! Okay. Yeah, the credits roll. After that, we re-enter into the digital world. First of all, in Factorial Town, there is something similar to Mamimon in Mount Panorama. There is Metal Mamimon. And if you talk to MetalGreymon... I have never noticed that. The game calls Metal Mamimon MetalGreymon. Whatever. Let's defeat him. Oh no. Digitamon wants to sleep. We don't have any more lifetime after this. No. Please, Digitamon, hold on just a little longer. There is one more Digimon we have to defeat, please. You know, it's kinda poetic that the last battle we have to do is against a copy of our own Digimon. What's the only difference? This one has 9,999 HP. Nothing too important. And even that one is done. Speedrun the dialogue with Gigimon, and look, 100 prosperity before the end of the 100 days. We did it. Thank you so much, Digitamon. Now you can sleep. Hope it's not gonna be painful. And so guys, with 2 days remaining from the end, we completed the challenge. We beat the game, and we have 100 prosperity. Our little Betamon may not be the strongest Digimon, our little Betamon may not know it, but thanks to all his predecessors, we are where we are right now. The city is finally completed, and our adventure is finally over. Or not really. I mean, we have 2 more days to spend. My min-maxer brain is shaking. Are you ready? Let's go. With that, I think we can conclude the video. Let me know if you like this. For me, it's gonna be a pain to edit, but I gotta be honest, this is very different from the videos I usually bring on the channel, and it opened a world for me. I think I want to bring more stuff like this. I don't know when, I don't know where, and that doesn't mean the other contents are gonna be removed, absolutely no, but I want to do more stuff randomly, like this. I want to bring whatever the hell comes to my mind. I don't know if I was able to explain myself, but still, I hope you enjoyed this journey at least half as much as I did. Remember, I was Frapollo94, you can leave a like, subscribe or a comment if you want to support me, and for now, I will see you in our next adventure.